Today I want to share with you my go-to balancing pose, which strengthens the thighs, calves, ankles, and spine. It also stretches the groin and inner thighs, chest, and shoulders. Last but not least, it improves your sense of balance. Practicing tree pose will help you calm a restless mind and drive away distractions as you concentrate on maintaining your balance. But as with any balancing pose, it's important to root down your foundation, then steady your gaze and your breath to keep you focused and grounded. First, I'll show you the basics, then give you a challenge, and finally we'll add weights to build strength in the upper body. To come into tree pose, start by pressing all four corners of your right foot down, the inner and outer heel, and the big toe mound and the little toe mound. You can lift your toes up to feel that action pressing down into the mat. Then reach up through the kneecap, lifting it to engage the thigh. You want to have a nice strong leg. Again, that's your foundation of the pose, the right leg here that we're working on. So once you have that down, roll the left thigh out. And if you're just beginning, you can leave those left toes on the floor and work from there. Otherwise, to balance, take the foot up and put it on the calf, or you can bring it all the way up to that inner right thigh. Just make sure you don't put the foot on the knee joint. You don't ever want to put pressure on your knees. Then once that leg is nice and steady, pull the navel in and up, get nice and long through the crown of the head, and then drop the tailbone down toward the floor. Bring your palms together at your heart center, and then roll that left thigh back so you get the hip opening benefits of the pose. Tree is a hip opener. Good. Once you're steady here, focus your gaze. So either on something on the floor or at the wall in front of you that you can keep your gaze nice and steady and focused. So between your gaze and the breath, you'll keep your mind calm and undistracted, hopefully, so that you don't fall over. So keep rooting through that right foot, and then on an inhale, reach the palms up overhead. If you reach your palms up overhead and your shoulders come up all in your ears, open the palms up and bring them shoulder distance apart. You don't want to bring any tension into the shoulders. That's what we're trying to avoid. Okay, so this would be a beginning level tree pose here once your foot is off the floor. If you've been practicing this for a while and you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can close your eyes and press all four corners of that right foot down to balance. So that's one option. The other option would be to turn it into a little bit of a back bend. So you can lift up through the sternum, open up the chest, bring your gaze up toward the ceiling, and then reach your thumbs back behind you. Any amount coming into this little baby back bend here. Good. And then bring the palms back down to the heart center, lift up that knee, and put the foot down. So again, go wherever you're at. If you're a beginner, you can keep the left toes on the floor. If you're more advanced, try to close your eyes or turn it into a little bit of a back bend. If you really want to amp the pose up, you're going to grab your weights. I'm using 5 pounds here, but if you're just starting out, you can use 3 pounds or even 1 pound weight. So you're going to come back into the pose, so press all four corners of the foot down, lift that foot up to wherever you're comfortable. Good. And then you're going to take the weights and bring them overhead like we just did, but we're going to turn it into a tricep press. So on the inhale, you're going to press the weights toward the front of the room and engage the triceps, and then exhale and bring the weights back behind you. And then inhale, press the weights forward, exhale, lower them down. So again, you're getting the benefits of a balancing pose here, but then you're adding the strength training element by bringing the weights into it. So you can try a couple of those. Good. Pull that navel in and up to stay strong in the core, and then bring the weights back down by the shoulders and drop that foot. If you plant your first tree pose and fall like an oak in the forest, don't get discouraged. With practice, you'll build strength in the standing leg, stability in the core, and eventually you'll be able to hold yourself there for an extended amount of time. I hope you enjoyed my favorite go-to balancing pose. For more alignment instruction and information on all the 8 limbs of yoga, check out my website, xenstrength.com. Have a great day.